Alright folks, Mysterious JG here. It's Let's Play Final Fantasy X, and Titus is going to sneak back into the Farplane. And while walking along this path, he has the option to keep quiet and listen, or jump in and start talking to himself. So, Kamari doesn't have any loved ones that he wants to see on the Farplane? I mean, we just... Wow, that's kind of a neat view. I guess we just don't care about Kamari and his past. I could have sworn that when you come back up here, Lulu is talking to Chapu. Our son was killed in Operation B, and we begged him not to go, but... Alright, so they're just talking about, you know... Summoner's sending has prevented our son from becoming a fiend. That's nice. I could have sworn that you can come... Maybe more plot... Maybe if you revisit Guadasalam after more plot stuff has happened. But I could have sworn that, yeah, Lulu will actually talk to Chapu. It's not voice-acted scene, but you just have a text dialogue on screen only bit where Lulu actually gets to talk to Chapu. But no. Seems like if the Fireflies were really supposed to be reacting to your thoughts, and the people aren't really... Ghosts aren't really showing up to talk to you, like the Albed believe. The quick and easy way to show that that was the case, and really screw up the whole thing for the religious folks, would be if Lulu and Waka both went up to the Farplane, and each had a separate Chapu who showed up to listen to them talk about their memories and stuff. Anyway, the whole party is gathered. Let's go in and talk.
I will go. Meet with Maester Seymour.
Mate with Maester Seymour.
Yuna,
I will mace with Maester Seymour.
Guado's problem, not yours.
The Guados have excellent zombie hunters. And he walks off with Lulu. So let's save state in case I goof something up. Also, I want to load state and see if I think I've got a loaded state here where we can do the Rikku version of the same conversation. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here.
I will go. Meet with Maester Seymour.
Maced with Maester Seymour.
Yuna, Jisco is the Guado's problem, not yours.
Whatever.
No, I'd still go with Lulu. What the hell?
What? So Lulu,
I must
what
have...
do you think about you
I'm sure I have a save state where we can talk to Rikku. Please don't tell me I saved over it. I was going to show you Rikku first. I think that actually the Rikku dialogue options are cuter, for those of you who like cutesy dialogue. But the Lulu one is, I think, the one that in my actual game we're going to be loading from. I followed, so it vaguely, in a sense of this is the actual real chronology. Yeah.
I will go. Meet with Maester Seymour.
So, leave me alone.
Yuna, Jisco is the Guado's problem, not yours.
I'm not listening to you, blah 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 blah.
Wait up, I'll go with you.
I'll go with.
Yudi's not getting married, is she?
Seems that way.
It's your big chance, huh?
Your big chance to be the one of the bridesmaids.
I don't care. I guess you're right, or I'd rather have you, Rikku. So I'll save state again, and I'll say, I don't care.
That's no thing to say. I think she should get married and stop being a summoner.
You serious?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's tough, you know? In the end, she has to fight sin.
Yeah, but she... she would never marry someone who wanted her to quit.
I guess you're right. Too bad.
Too bad, so sad.
And then Rikku disappears. And if you talk to Lulu, it short-circuits the dialogues with Rikku, who we can find again.
Say, you ever think about getting married?
Me?
To me,
No,
maybe?
never.
I think about it a lot.
Aren't you a little young?
Well, she is a girl. It's
Some people marry
kind of
really
what
young and
girls
scary,
do.
you know?
You mean people our age get married?
Yeah. Fiends are around, and there's always sin, right? One of them might get you, you know?
One of them might
Lots
cause
of
you to
people marry the
gesture
first person they fall in
weirdly.
love with, just like that.
Really?
I'll probably be the same way.
If I can ever find someone who doesn't mind the fact that I stick my forearms out and then start waving them up and down goofily for no reason.
You an only child?
Yeah.
I got an older brother myself.
Huh.
I wish I had
That's
some younger
fascinating.
brothers and sisters, though.
Wish I could stop doing this.
So ask your parents.
To get it on, so that you can have
Mom, Dad.
playmates.
A Machina went on a rampage.
I'm sorry.
When I get married, I'm gonna have lots of kids. That way they'll all have brothers and sisters.
You know,
What?
You're really thinking about your future, aren't you? That's great.
It's pretty normal, I think. Hey, maybe Yuna's back.
It's nicer than a fruit.
didn't, yeah, Riku's, like, probably supposed to be a teenager, like 16 or so, I would guess. Is it normal for there to be a 16-year gap between the age of siblings? I mean, I'm sure that it happens, but be like,
I wish I had little sisters, brothers and sisters to play with.
why don't you ask your parents?
Because that would be A, really weird. B, I don't want infants to play with. I want kids that are like 2 or 3 years younger than me. And C, shut the fuck up.
When we leave here, we have to go through the Thunder Plains next, you know?
So is she like Fujin or Raijin? Which one was it in Final Fantasy VIII that used to go, you know? Or just, you know? Whatever. Let's go back to this dialogue choice. As you'll recall, Rikku was telling us,
It's your big chance, huh?
what if we say, I guess you're right?
Ho-ho! That's the way to go. Then you could take her away and live a quiet life somewhere.
Oh, we wouldn't be quiet. She'd be
Sounds good to
screaming
me.
every night, baby.
You serious?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's tough, you know?
Why?
In the end, she has to fight sin.
What?
Yeah, but she...
Titus is
She
weirded
would
out by the
never
idea
marry
that
someone who
Rikku
wanted her
might
to
want him and
quit.
Yuna to get together, I guess.
I guess you're right.
This just assumes that Rikku should be totally into him. So there you go, not very much different, and I talked over what few differences there were. I don't know if this... I think this dialogue stays the same. Boom.
Say,
Me?
You ever think about striking a weird
Aren't you a little-
pose? You ever think
some
about...
people marry real...
You mean people...
Yeah, fiends are around. One of them
See,
might
this
kill
is a
you, you
weird
know?
little gesture, but it's nowhere near as weird
Lots of
as
people
this
marry the first
gesture.
Really?
I'll probably... You and only...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we got this dialogue
I got an older
again.
brother.
Huh.
I wish
Huh.
I had some younger brother.
Ask your parents.
So ask your parents.
Mom died.
Okay, her
Did I
mom
get married?
died. I was trying to
That way
remember if
they'll
her
all
parents died or just her mom died.
What?
Because I'd be kind of confused.
You're really thinking about your
About
future,
something.
aren't you? That's great.
It's pretty normal, I think.
I'm not a freak. Shut up!
I'd rather have you, Rikku.
Oh. Honest?
You prefer me over Yuna? That's awesome. I really need more geek fans like you.
Ouch!
See ya.
Just punched him. At least we get to see when she jumped off the bridge this time.
Shobaku Shacho.
Maybe someday. Which sadly came out as maybe come Dao, which is kind of weird. So she hits you in a flirty way and then runs off if you say that you want to get with her. And you're affection score with her. Or is it affection score? What the hell is it called? But anyway, that increases with Rikku, and it increases the chances that when Titus uses his fourth and final overdrive, that it will be Rikku who appears, because he has a character who will like throw him at the ball in his overdrive, and that's great. And it really, yeah. There's also another piece of dialogue that comes later where whoever you have the highest affection with of all the characters, minus a few that are never included, will get to share dialogue with you. But yeah, that's it. I'm taking way too long to showcase this. So let's go back to... Oh, I should probably explain this too. So how is it that I've got one save where I went off and talked with Rikku and one where I went off and talked with Lulu? Well, there are some things that affect affection in the game. Including any time you wander into a group scene where all the characters are waiting around and you can talk to them. The first person you talk to in a group scene, you always get like +1 affection with them. And there are certain dialogue choices in the game that make a difference. You get plus affection with Wakka, Lulu, and Yuna, I believe, if you pray before leaving the island of Besaid and all that kind of stuff. But the easiest way to manipulate it is that if you kill a character in combat with Titus, their affection goes down, and if Titus is the character who uses a healing item or Phoenix Down on them, their affection with Titus goes up. So in order to show you both, I saved before I came to this spot. I had a couple of battles in a row where I kept giving Rikku healing items, and I saved. And then boom, Rikku had the highest affection. And I didn't have to do the same thing to get a high affection with Lulu, because for whatever reason I already had one. And that is the exciting story of how I've been able to show you this. Now, let's get to Lulu's dialogue options.
What?
What?
So, Lulu, what do you think about Yuna getting married?
As long as the pilgrimage continues, either way's fine.
That's it? What if she doesn't even like the guy? Is that okay?
People marry for
Are
many
you
reasons.
okay?
What's that mean?
Stop
Sometimes
staring at my
marriage
chest,
doesn't require
Titus
love, you know?
/viewers.
Defeat sin and bring joy to the people of Spira. Get married and bring joy to the people of Spira. For Yuna, they're just two ways down the same road.
We're
you
all
need
going
is
down the highway to
determination.
hell.
If you have that, you don't need
Oh, I'm sorry.
love.
What I meant to say was
Judo is a bitter road.
I don't know.
referencing the wrong Rumble Roses film.
I just don't get it.
I don't get much of anything, really. Now, when you talk to Rikku first, you can short-circuit that by talking to Lulu. If you talk to Lulu, if Rikku is the person who first joins you and you have your little flirty conversation with her, then you can talk to Lulu and you start getting certain dialogue options with Lulu. Not all of them, but most of them. Whereas if you, I believe you talk to Lulu and then you talk to Rikku,
When we leave here,
yeah, she just says her thing about the Thunder Plains. So for whatever reason, to me it feels like the game kind of wants you to talk to Lulu and not Rikku, but it does give you both. You cannot, of course, talk to Yuna, because she's gone off to see Seymour. And you can't talk to Orin, Wakka, or Kamari. I mean, you can. You just get regular dialogue with them, because the point is that he's supposed to be having a heart-to-heart with a female, and this is important, apparently. He's supposed to be able to reasonably, during the conversation, flirt with them and suggest that he'd rather be with them than with Yuna. I hate to break it to you folks, the game plays around with this and gives you a certain sense that you have freedom in this, but it's pretty much illusory. The story, it's kind of like, I don't know if they do a similar, like I know in Final Fantasy VII you could, like the most famous example of where there was an affection system in that game. The most famous example of where it actually makes an impact is when you go to the like fun fair. You can have like a date. Normally, I think the game stacks it so that you're going to have your date with Eris. But if you make certain dialogue choices throughout the game and you always favor her, you can end up having the date with Tifa instead of Eris. And apparently, if you really set out from the beginning to do so, it's possible to engineer it so that your affection score is highest with Barrett, and you have a date with him. I've barely played Final Fantasy VII. It's been so long, I might not even have gotten the character names right. Like in Final Fantasy, but you know, no matter what you do as far as the date goes, the same thing happens to Eris. Tifa continues to have the same attitude towards Cloud. None of that changes. In Final Fantasy VIII, I don't think there's an affection system in place, but in that game, I mean, Rinoa is showing up in Squall's freaking dreams before he meets her. It's pretty freaking obvious that those two are going to end up together, despite all the scenes where they kind of argue and don't get along at the beginning. Clearly, they're like going to fall madly in love before it's all over. And you can try to be flirty with Quistis, whatever her name is, and Selphie, and the story is still the story of Squall and Rinoa. In this game, they give you little opportunities to flirt with Lulu and flirt with Rikku. Anybody who's played Final Fantasy X2 knows how Lulu ends up, and you know, Rikku is kind of continues to be unattached and free and jolly, free spirit and whatever. But no matter how many times you say mean things to Yuna when given a dialogue choice, and always favor Rikku and flirt with Rikku and desperately want to get it on with Rikku, the game story of Final Fantasy X is the story of Titus and Yuna falling in love, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Guado potions good. Buy some before leaving.
Those Guado may be a bunch of shifty, untrustworthy little freaks, but they got some damn bomb potions, baby. Yeah, forget it. I don't think the Guados have special potions. I think it's just a weird bit of dialogue there. Alright, so, boy, I'm getting an entire video out of this
We leave
crap.
as soon as Yuna returns. I trust you'll be ready.
Be ready, ready. Be ready, ready. Sorry, Gangrel, folks. You remember Gangrel, don't you?
Guado potions.
Rock the body that rocks the party. That was Edge and Christian.
For a while there, I
Gangrel.
was a little worried about what was gonna happen, yeah?
But now everything seems to be fine.
For a while there,
Nobody's said anything about flying around through. I don't think it has ever really occurred to me before. To a tiny minor extent, Kamari might have questions. Rikku would certainly have questions. Waka and Lulu would have questions. Orin would not have questions. But like, Riku's not the kind of person who could hold the questions in. She would just like get curious and ask. And Yuna has got to have questions. They flew around through a hologram of Xanarkand, which Titus recognized before Seymour told him it was Xanarkand. How is it that nobody has asked Titus any questions about this? Huh. It never occurred to me before. But yeah, they should be all like, so that's really Xanarkand? Is that really where you come from? Blah, 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 blah. No, nothing.
We leave as soon as Yuna returns.
Be ready, ready.
Listen, if Yuna gets married, then
Goggle 13
What?
impression.
That again?
Yes. If she is to marry, I would want her to marry for love.
See?
But
I tell you.
if Yuna said she wanted to marry the one she loves, I would have to object.
Huh? You're not making much sense.
I know.
Think of it this way, Titus. All rectangles are squares, but all squares are not rectangles. What?
Lulu?
I've talked enough about that.
What?
I'm sorry, just forget about it.
Jeez, grumpy.
You'll understand
Told you to leave her
one of
alone.
these days. I just don't want to give it words, not yet. I shouldn't have to say this, but don't fall in love with her.
And now we have our Lulu dialogue choice, where we have a chance to flirt with Lulu. Let's go ahead and jump straight into flirting with Lulu, because I'm not going to stick with that. Since the game is the story of the love between Titus and Yuna, I generally favor increasing affection with her. It doesn't affect anything except like one piece of dialogue near the very end of the game, and the visuals in his overdrive, where I think it's got to be one of the girls who throws in the ball. I don't think the boys can, so there's no point in really playing around with it, because I think it would be fun for Titus to be really close with Komari. So I always go with Yuna. Anyway, so let's say you're more my type, Lulu.
Interesting. I suppose I could add you to my list.
Oh, she's got an
I
enemies
wish you
list like
good
Nixon.
luck, little boy. You're going to need it.
You just did the, like, fist clench.
Yeah, rock! She's wishing me luck and gonna add me to her list. Her enemies list, a la Nixon.
And she also calls you little boy, which is not necessarily a sign that she's... Unless she's like, you know, that one, like, teacher who famously had sex with one of her students. Probably, if she thinks of you as being a little boy, that's not a big turn-on for her. Anyway, you can also say, okay, I won't fall in love with Yuna. I think if you say too late, it builds your Yuna affection score. But, and I think I went with too late with the save game we're going to be loading. I don't remember, but to me, in the situation, Titus would probably not confess to Lulu that he has feelings for Yuna. I just doesn't feel like he'd do it. So I think he'd probably just, instead of, I don't know, I mean, me second guessing a fictional character, I'm thinking of this situation, he doesn't try to flirt with Lulu because it's just a little, even for Titus, it seems a little lame and inappropriate. She's been having a very serious discussion about what's going on with Yuta, and then he's all like, yeah, but how you feeling, baby? And it's like, even for Titus, that's a little douchey. But I wouldn't think he'd fess up to the fact that he's head over heels in love with Yuna, because at this point in the game, I don't think he is. He'd probably just say, okay, I won't fall in love with her, but let's try it too late.
I see. But you must keep your feelings inside until the pilgrimage is over.
Then you can do whatever the hell you want.
Barf up your feelings. So that wasn't a particularly exciting piece of dialogue that I made you wait for, but... And this is what we're just going to go with. I shouldn't have to say this, but don't fall up there. Okay.
That's fine, then.
And that's it. Okay. Whatever. I don't care.
We leave as soon as...
So let's try and get Yuna the fudge out of there. Oh, now Lulu's over here. Chilling with
I'm a
Komari.
little worried about Lord Jiskel.
Chilling
I wonder
out
if
with
Maester Seymour
Komari.
has heard.
Have myself a party. Guess I can try to talk to her again. We
Leave
talked
the
to-
Guado's problems to the Guado, they say.
But didn't you say leave the Ronso's problem to the Ronso? I mean,
Guado po.
you guys really just don't like helping
Leave
people,
the
do you?
Guado's
For a while there.
Don't appear to be able to go in there. Can't go over here.
My.
Oh, now we can.
Was the Lady Summoner not with you?
No, she's at Seymour's place.
That's Maester Seymour, or Lord Seymour.
Oh, I'll be careful. Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
Maester Seymour left Guadalcanal a short while ago.
sorry.
You serious?
I believe he went to the temple in Macalania.
Hey,
Maester
what's
Seymour
funny?
is
Alright.
also the high priest of that temple.
Which I mentioned
Whoa,
before.
I
if you were
gotta
paying
tell the
attention.
others.
I too will go to the temple in Macalania shortly.
Fantastic. We'll get to continue running into you every 2 minutes. That'll be great. You can tell us about how other people who don't follow Yemen deserve death. Ferocious storm is ripping through the Farplanes. Yeah, with Thunderplanes. Yeah, that's just bullshit. He's going to disappear as soon as we've got our party members together, but apparently now there's a ferocious storm. In 30 seconds there won't be. As you can see, they've rearranged themselves, so clearly the story has changed. The story must have advanced because Orin is no longer leaning against this wall. Hey everybody, I'm going to gesture like Rikku! But not quite that freakish. Yuna, in the meantime, is just enjoying some desperately needed free time away from her guardians.
What can I do to help?
Yuna, let's
I'm
go!
just a picture, I can't tell you anything.
Blitzball victory, weird portrait. His eyes follow me all over the room.
It's a long, hard to think about the beautiful, real wood finish of the building.
They say Seymour went to Macarena Temple.
Macalania Temple.
Alright?
What?
Look at his. How would the Lord Maester head off without a peep to anyone?
No, I can't do Crazy Train in the middle of
Maybe
this.
he wasn't expecting Yuna's answer so soon.
Ah, that's probably it.
Man, maybe he just doesn't give a crap.
Yuna. What is it?
Oh, nothing.
It's that time of month, Orin. Leave me alone.
You're a poor liar.
Well, you're a
It's
dumbass.
true, it's nothing.
Boom.
Come on, let's go.
Nailed him good. Yeah.
Oh, now I can't go over here. Lord Seymour awaits at Macarena Temple. That's Magalania Temple, yeah? Please make haste. Please cast the haste spell on yourselves. It just made me want to go. Maybe now that the party is with me, Lulu will be talking to somebody in the Farplane. I think that's the problem. Lulu was actually someplace waiting for me to go initiate dialogue with her. I went to the Farplane. I think now there will be new Farplane stuff going on. Or not. Oh, no, there she is.
No one there?
She's not appearing.
Who is it?
None of your business.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Why aren't you here?
Wow, I do not remember having ever seen that before. That's not the dialogue I was expecting. I know what she's referring to. It will make sense later in the game, but I had no idea that they telegraphed that here. Interesting.
I need to be alone right now.
Too bad.
I need...
Not gonna happen.
I need...
Okay. Oh wow, Owaka's little brother, as he's
Been a
revealed to
while,
me.
sis. It's been 7 years, but you still look the same. Geez, I'm older than you now. Oh, I guess it makes sense. Hey, I brought you something. Check this out. There we are. See? She looks just like you. Her name's Yuna. Boy, was I surprised first time I saw her. Of course, she's not as good as you. If you were still alive, I bet you'd fight just like her. It's okay. Yuna will beat Sin for you. I know it. So, don't you worry. Okay, sis? See ya.
Wow, this is another one I've never seen before. Come back here, Owaka's little brother. In the second game, we find out that guy's Owaka's little brother. I didn't think it was ever really mentioned in this game, or maybe not till much later. Certainly they didn't mention it there. There's the Mars crest. Maybe it's the international version? Is it a little bit different?
I need to be...
I didn't remember the Mars crest being here either. Wow, this is totally throwing me. And none of this shit that I did on our, the actual game that we are going to be loading here later. I didn't do any of this. I have to think about whether I want to come back off-screen and do this, just in case it affects anything. Certainly, I'm not going to have the Mars crest unless I come back and get the Mars crest. Crap. No, I thought there was a little dialogue with Lulu and Chapu. Wow, I'm really surprised now. Anyway, we will see that magically this huge storm that they're all worked up about will have ended. There's probably new dialogue. It's called endurance training. Yeah, well, fuck you. I think there's new dialogue with a lot of the Guado, but we've already spent way too much time here in this LP just wandering around chatting with people. My mother passed away a long time ago. Oh, Jisco, back from the Farplane. Haha, you must be joking. Yeah, they're talking about, like... Okay, you're not saying anything new. But they're talking about the Jiskel stuff, which I guess would be a big deal. I think it's wonderful.
I think it's wonderful we can see the dead whenever we want. Ha ha, you can't. Bunch of losers. Humans are losers. You can't even visit the dead when you want. Ha ha.
But yeah, I'm gonna end this video. And then I gotta think about whether I want to backtrack. Because I played ahead, messing around with people's affection levels. For the next time, that makes a difference in the game. Now, I'd actually have to backtrack. Well, I have to backtrack. If I flee from enemies, I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But no, I do kind of feel like we need to see that now.
We're here.
How are we supposed to cross that?
See the lightning rod towers? The lightning is drawn to them, hopefully.
We head north, not too near and not too far from the towers, yeah?
Meaning we should avoid wide open areas.
Is there any reason not to go right next to the towers?
I think I forgot
I guess
something
because
and
they
got
get
us
hit by
allowed.
lightning, but
Nice knowing you.
nice looking at your butt.
Okay, I'll go.
Assuming I can see what the camera sees. Moving across the Thunder Plains, the lightning can strike Titus on the Gandalf Thunder Plains. You shall not pass. Lightning can strike at any time, so keep moving. Lightning rod towers absorb nearby lightning. Seek shelter under them. And when there are no lightning towers nearby, you can dodge by pressing O. Hit O as soon as you see a lightning flash successfully, you can dodge a thunderbolt. However, constantly matching the circle can be dangerous. Crowds of them were forming, seeking shelter from a storm. Clouds of mystery forming. I totally lost the words to that song. Now I wonder who'll stop the rain, except that I don't know the frickin' words. And I get hit by lightning a lot, that's always fun. But anyway, let's fight an enemy on the Thunder Plains, and then we'll end the video. Matter of fact, if I really wanted you guys to see all the dialogue that's possible on the Thunder Plains, I'd need to fight a lot now, because Rikku probably has a lot of stuff that she says. But I'm gonna end this video, and then I had planned to end this video and then load. I don't know. I'll probably check it back and see if there's enough dialogue to make it worthwhile to do a few battles here, just so you can see it. Apparently you need water to finish those things off in one hit. Yes, thank you for those words of wisdom, Yuna.
Good.
Let's get her unconfused. Nope, she can dodge. And strike back at Rikku, which is fun.
My turn. It's over.
My turn is now over. Didn't last very long, my turn.
And we got a new claw. And I wonder, still I wonder, does JG ever remember the song lyrics when he needs them? Yeah. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this video and this recording session, too. A lot of stuff happened in this recording session. I can't quite remember when the last video began. But, yeah, so we went through Guado Salam. Seymour Guado, our good friend and stand-up guy, has made an invitation of marriage to Yuna. I think Titus would be an idiot to stand in the way of what is clearly Yuna's true happiness and bliss, getting together with Seymour Guado, whom, as we've seen, is just a really good guy. And, well, he's gone to Macarena Temple. He's gone to Macalania Temple, so we'll have to get to Macalania Temple before we can actually chat with him and talk to him. But, once we get there, Yuna's already decided, apparently, that she's going to accept his invitation. So, I guess, we'll have that to look forward to in the next couple of videos, folks. We're going to travel to Macalania Temple, and, we'll be ready to witness the lovely marriage of Yuna, no last name, and Seymour Guado. I guess, well, the Guados are all like Trummel Guado, Seymour Guado. They were the Blitzball players. I never bothered to talk to them all, so I couldn't help Shady Knights out with their names, but they tend to have names like Otta Guado. We know that Kamari is sometimes been referred to as Kamari Ronso, so I'm assuming that Yuna's name is Yuna Human. And it will be the Human Guado wedding. The wedding of Seymour Guado with Unihuman. I know I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.